Welcome everyone to this week's Flash Friday Finance Update. I'm Louise from the Property Education Company, and I'm delighted to introduce Jamie Stumer to you from Finovate. So Jamie is taken over our asset finance division, and so they're doing all the broking for that. Now, Jamie has been in asset finance and broking for over 25 years, similar to myself. Feeling like the old people in the game, aren't we, Jamie?
100%. 26 years goes fairly fast when you look back on it. You think, where'd the time go?
It's true. And he left mortgage broking because he found it too slow. Oh my God. But he finds asset finance right up his alley because they are so quick at Finovate, and we have had some great success with our clients. But Jamie, welcome. Tell us a bit about Finovate and how you help.
Thank you very much. Thank you for that, Louise. So what we do is we look after businesses like yourself and their clients in asset finance, because mortgage and asset, although they're both under the finance banner, they are vastly different beasts. So we're a specialist asset finance provider, meaning that we can help clients with any sort of consumer asset purchase, being car loans, boats, caravans, motorcycles, any personal funding being secured or unsecured loans for personal loans, which are really good with helping clients either with funds to complete or creating servicing for clients that are looking to purchase additional properties or refinance their properties. And we also do a lot of business finance, being yellow goods, trucks, office fit outs, cash flow funding. So we can do it for any worthwhile business purpose. So we play in the space to act as a partner to yourselves for any of the finance that you guys don't do. We don't do anything with the residential or commercial property. That's your field. So we look to assist in any other lending space under the property education matter so that we can help your clients with any of their finance needs.
Great. Well, you've helped numerous clients recently. We've had a couple of clients who needed funds for renovations. They are PAYG or wage earning clients, and they were approved and had the funds within 24 hours. So that's pretty good. And in fact, one was a business owner, a couple of others were wage earners. So it's either or. It depends on who the client is. You can help all sorts, whether they have full documentation loans or low doc loans, can't you?
Yes, certainly can. With that, with self-employed people, we have personal loan funders that'll do it on accountant's letters or on bank statements if they're not PAYG. But in the asset space, we do a lot of low doc lending. So your clients that are self-employed that haven't got their financials done for whatever reason, we have a multitude of avenues where we can help those clients. And that's in the prime space too, not in the non-conforming space. So we have a lot of time where we're actually competing with car dealers, and we save your clients money on what they would be paying at the car dealer. The beauty of dealing with Finovate, we've got a multitude of lenders, but when your clients go to a car dealership, they might have one or potentially two lenders. So we source the right lender for the client for their circumstances. It's not fit in a box to suit the dealer finance.
Yeah, exactly like us with the banks. People go into a bank and they go, "Oh, I've only been offered this." And I go, "Yes, well, not all loans are the same." And when you come to us, you can get a much better variety. So you mentioned about helping people with low doc and or full doc or prime,
Yeah.
but you can give a multitude of lenders too. One thing you mentioned about was personal lending or personal loans to help fund the next purchase of a
Yeah.
house. So
Yeah.
how's that work? You tell
How
me.
does it work? So there's a few different ways that it can work. Depends on the person's circumstances. So Louise, you'd find that once you've done a mortgage with someone, they may come back 2, 3, 4 years later. They want to upgrade to an investment property. And through life circumstances, they've gone out and bought a vehicle or got an additional credit card, or they've got a personal loan for whatever need. So for servicing needs, we could look at all of their personal finance they have at the moment. They may have a car loan and a small credit card and a personal loan. We can bundle that up as to one payment, extend the loan term to reduce the payments down to create the servicing that they need to get into that property. We've
Yes.
also got some personal loan lenders that do what they call funds to complete. So whether there's money required for stamp duty or some additional deposit, we can organise those types of personal loans for clients looking to purchase their first property or an additional property as well.
Terrific. And what sort of rates are we talking about for people with that sort of loan?
With a personal loan, a car loan and a personal loan, it's not like a home loan where it's more so that one size fits all product. A lot of it comes down to the individual circumstances, and more really important, especially in personal loans, the person's credit score. So we've got personal loan rates from the mid sixes all the way through to really high rates, which we try to stay away from. But yeah, so personal loan rates unsecured starting in the mid sixes. And with regard to secured, again, mid sixes. So they may have a vehicle or something they already own that we can use as security. And one of the funders, we can get personal loans up to $200,000 with
Wow.
security as low as $10,000.
Oh my gosh, that's a lot,
Yeah,
isn't it? That's
yeah, it
amazing.
certainly is.
And what sort of term are we talking about for these? How long do
With
they go?
personal loans, generally they'll be anywhere from 3 to 7 years. And secured car loans or boat loans, again, they're anywhere up to 7 years, depending on the age of the asset they were looking to purchase and the client's situation. So nowhere near as long as, your property mortgages, but you don't want them to be that either. You're buying an appreciating asset. So paying that asset off over the shorter period of time is a much more feasible way to do it to keep the interest costs down.
Yeah, totally agree. And you can put it into a mortgage if you want, but really, if you can afford it, you should be really paying the extra to get it paid off quickly. Like
Exactly.
you say, they're depreciating assets. Let's move it along.
100%, because you understand this really well, Louise. If you take a $40,000 car loan and you put it over the term of the mortgage, $40,000 as a car loan at an interest rate where it might be 1.5% different, a 5-year period, the interest you'd pay over that extra 30 years is exorbitant. You'd pay more than double the price of the vehicle.
Yep, totally right. So you really need to be disciplined and decide your strategy. And so it's for people just as a stopgap, or particularly for car loans for business, can be very useful. And we can do it in a business name or in the personal names. And you did another deal for us. Now what was it? You've done multitudinous deals in the last little bit.
You had one of your clients recently that were already approved at the dealership. They spoke to the dealership before they spoke to you. So you sent that client through. We had them approved with one of our lenders. So I think it was about 1.5% lower interest rate we secured for the clients. Yeah. And we had them in the car in just over 24 hours. First spoke to them.
And they'd already got a really reasonable offer, which they thought was okay, but they just thought they'd check with us. And hello.
Yeah. Yes.
Thought, I'm sure I can find cheaper. And I've got on to Jamie and away we went.
And that again comes back to the fact that the car dealerships have that one or two lenders that they can help with. Whereas we're like yourself, we've got 40 plus lenders and we match the client to suit the lender. Because again, most people don't know this, but there's 4 different credit scores that lenders use in Australia when they're looking at asset finance with Equifax. You've got your comprehensive score, you've got your 1 score, your negative score, and your 1.1. So we match your client with the lender with the highest credit score to suit that individual lender. And there are actual lenders in the asset space that don't use Equifax. And to most people listening, you understand what Equifax is. They're the major credit reporting agency in Australia, but there's another one called Experian. There's a couple of lenders that use that as well. Our software platform's got smarts built into it, so it helps us match your client with the best lender to secure them the best rate and repayment, because that's what we're here for.
So you do the credit check the minute the client's agreed to go.
We get the privacy form signed, and the credit check that we do is called a soft touch credit inquiry. So it doesn't leave a digital footprint on your client's file and it doesn't affect their credit score. That allows us to assess the loan, put it to the right lender the first time. So we're only putting one formal credit inquiry on the credit file. So we want to make sure that we protect the client's credit file, not just for today, but into the future as well.
Thanks. Yeah, and you'd explained that beautifully, because the same applies for us. It's a soft touch when we do it too, and until we actually apply at an actual lender. So people often don't understand that. They go, oh, using a broker, it could affect my file. No, the opposite is true. Going to a bank will affect your file.
Exactly. Because if you want to do the shopping around yourself and you go to 2 or 3 different car dealers or banks, they're putting what they call hard inquiries on the file. And each hard inquiry reduces each of the different credit scores. Each credit score is effective differently, but they're all affected in one way, shape, or form.
No, and you hit it on the nail, because then when we go to make them an offer, it's because they've got a lower score that we actually get them a worse deal. And they go, oh, I should have got a better one earlier. Well, you would have if you hadn't have hit your file so many times.
Which is exactly what we encounter a lot of time. And we try and educate clients when we go through that process as well, because if you don't work in finance, you're never going to know this sort of information. So we try and educate as we go through. And one of the areas where we've had some success for your clients as well is assisting them with sourcing a vehicle. Because with new cars in particular, we've got a car buying service, not owned by Finovate, but we partner with, where normal mum and dad clients or PAYG can get access to fleet discount. So you wouldn't now normally get access to that. So generally, we can save you money on the purchase price of the new car. But where we always have success is when clients are trading their cars in. because they're
Okay.
getting a price from one dealership.
Yes.
And everyone's had the experience where you go to trade your car at the dealer, you get a really low price.
Yeah.
We get that price and we give it to the car broker, and then they source a better price for the vehicle. So even if it's $1,000 or $2,000, it takes you a lot of time to save that money. We've had a couple of really big wins of late. We had a client that accepted a trade offer of $40,000. It wasn't with one of your clients, but accepted a trade offer of $40,000. The car buyer got them $54,000. So it was a $14,000 difference, which is
Wow.
pretty good. That doesn't happen every day. And the reason I talk about that one, because it is such a wow
A
moment.
standout. It's a
Yeah.
winner.
Yeah, it is.
Here's another time when you helped, when a client asked us to get a quote for a car loan and we couldn't get a better rate. And you helped us try, but at least then she had absolute surety going to her contract that she got the best that there was available. So that was really good. I really appreciate you doing that for our clients too.
Yeah, exactly. Because sometimes with dealer finance, it's called subvention, or it's when the factory funder gives a discount on the finance to secure the car price. So we couldn't beat that. So we're here to help the client. We said, look, that's something we can't do. We made sure that the conditions didn't have anything with regard to a buyback value or anything like that. It didn't. So we just said, look, you're better off going with that. We can't secure you anything better.
Yeah, that was great. And she really appreciated that. And it was great service to provide. And it doesn't hurt. You've just got to ask the question, people. So if anyone is out there looking for a car loan, personal loan, or wants a refinance of those options, because you can do that too, can't you?
100% we can. Yeah, we do a lot of refinancing. So yeah, definitely. Any sort of consumer or commercial worthwhile asset purpose, if you've got the need there, we've got the ability to assist in what you're looking to do.
Well, one of the things I found, my son was going for a lease through his work recently, and all the items like the service and new tires every couple of years, like all these extra things are added in. I said, well, cut that out, cut that.
Well, it's not only that, when you do a maintained lease, there's actually a premium charged on those services. And because it's a commercial contract, even though it's going to be used for personal use on a novated lease, generally, the interest rate you do pay on that loan will be a lot higher. It's a commercial agreement and the rate's not disclosed to you. Okay. So the rate's hidden in with tax savings and the cost of the maintenance package.
And the maintenance are obscene. The levels and the items offered, including like, yes, okay, it might cover the registration, but no one in their first year now with new cars needs a service in the first year. They all do them for free. Why are you paying an extra whatever? I can't understand why people would go, oh, that seems reasonable.
It's just the way it's packaged, and it looks really good in the shiny box. But when you open up the hood and have a look underneath, that's where you see where all the costs are. And if you actually asked for the interest rate, you'd be surprised what you'd be paying on the novated packages.
Yeah, totally agree. So please be aware of that, people. If you think, oh my gosh, I've got the most ultimate great package through my work, please just ask the guys here to just check it, because I can promise you, you won't have.
And that's the thing. We'll have a look. And if we can't do anything to better it, we'll let your client know.
At least you'll know.
Yeah, that's all right. That's at the end of the day. If we can't assist you now, look, let's have a good experience and look to help you in the future when you need something again.
Great. So if you want any help, just call me. I'll happily put you through to the team. We just send them an email with your details and they will contact you within an hour, usually. So they're pretty damn quick, I've got to say. You've been incredibly impressive and we really appreciate all the help you've been giving us. So any final tips for people on getting personal loans or car leases? What would you suggest? Anything?
Yeah. What would I suggest? They pick up the phone and talk to you, and you put them through to Finovate. But the big thing is, come to us. Don't do the shopping around yourself. Let us do the shopping on your behalf. We'll do the soft touch inquiry. We'll match you with the right lender the first time, so you've only got that one inquiry. We come back to you. We look to secure you the best rate and repayment for your circumstances, because everyone's circumstances are different, but we package it to get you the best opportunity for your individual circumstances. If you're looking for a new car, let us assist with that, or you're trading a car and let us assist with that, because if it's $1,000 or $2,000, it's better off in your pocket than being in the car dealer's pocket. So we'd love the opportunity to assist. And as we've said, if we can't help, we'll let you know that we can't help you and we'll give you the right advice.
No lose here. Yeah, absolutely. Always a win. So thank you so much for your time, Jamie. It's great to talk to you. And I'm really thrilled with the service you've provided. Clients have been having some fantastic wins in this area. And we just want you to get cheaper rates, because I'm a nitpicker for the little things. So let's get them. Thank you all.
Sounds great. Thanks for your time. Thanks for that. Bye-bye.